Good morning from Charlotte. You may not be able to come see us, but we're coming out to see you. We're here and we have lots of ideas for you to use up your free time that you have. Anyway, this morning we're going to talk about a pattern that has been designed for charms, but we don't ever do anything the way it says. So we're going to give you some suggestions. The name of the pattern is called Village, and I just think they're awesome. And I looked at it for my granddaughters, and they just thought it was really pretty fun. The one thing that caught my attention was the fact that it was designed for charm squares. And I know a lot of you have charm squares, but Kirsten has started making some houses and has found that it's extremely wasteful to use your charms. And we know that all of you have a few scraps out there, so it would be a wonderful way to use up scraps. So we're going to talk a little bit about a different way to do this, where you can use templates, or Marty Michelle, actually the flying geese ruler is what we found to make the rooftops. And so just a little bit of a tip on that. And Marty Michelle has a flying geese ruler that goes anywhere from a finish, and you always buy a ruler by your finish sizes. And the roof is actually a 2.5 by 5-inch finish, which is exactly what the first and smallest flying geese that you can make with the ruler. So basically it is all done with a 3-inch strip. And you can do that. I put this little house together, this little roof, just to test it last night. And you just go ahead and using your strips, you don't even have to cut a 3-inch strip. You can just take for the top of the house, you'll take your flying geese ruler and just make sure you have a nice straight line to start off with, and lay it down and use the top part of it. Let me put it on a piece. Let me flip this over here. So if you have a nice, let me find a straight, here was a straight piece. Here we go. So you're going to take the flying geese ruler and you're going to lay it on the smallest. It says right here a 2.5 by 5, which is supposed to be cut with a 3-inch strip, but you don't have to do that with a 3-inch. I'm just laying it on here, and I'm going to move my paper and I'll cut that. Just come back here, and you can cut more than one house, or you can just cut one roof if you want to. And then with Marty Michelle, and if you've used the template, you'll find that that you can nip off the points, which makes it much easier to sew. So you just move your ruler back and forth and take off the points, and I'll lay, this is going to be one of my roofs right here in doing that. And then you'll take your solid fabric for your background, whatever you want to use, and it can also be extremely scrappy, and it can be cut. Now this, you could go ahead and cut a 3-inch strip, which I may just go ahead and do that really fast, which I can do that with my template here. I'm going to cut a strip 3 inches. This is going to be a 3-inch, well, here's a ruler. Let me use this and cut a 3-inch strip. 1, 2, 3-inch strip would be right here. And I cut my 3-inch strip, and then your ruler automatically has the measurement for that, if I can, right here. So I've cut my 3-inch strip, and you just turn your ruler to the side. It has the exact size of the triangle that you're going to have to add to your roof sides. And if you cut 2 layers or 4 layers, you automatically will have pairs that you'll use. And then I'm going to bring my ruler back, nip off my other points, and there's your roof. And I'm going to add, it's going to be hard to see a little bit on that, but I'm going to add those to each side, making sure you have your accurate 1/4 of an inch. And when you sew those two, you're going to sew one side like this, and you're going to flip that up and then add the other side, and you'll end up with a roof that looks like this. So it's just going to be really fast to do your roof. And as far as the house part, it's just going to be, I believe if you download the pattern, it is a 2.5 by 4.5, and then your door can be the same as the roof, that is how they're cutting it if you're using your charms. And the door is a 2 by 2 3/4, and then you have your small square. Put that together, add your roof, and voila, you have houses. So the pattern will be on a link at the bottom of the page. I'm looking for the picture, but you don't really need the picture.
We have the picture right here.
Oh, Kristen's got it. So get those scraps out and start. It's something a kid can easily do. So one of your classes that you can have is a sewing class, which is always fun. And I love the house with the doggies. So you can just make it just as fun as can be. And click on that and download the pattern for you. And call if you have any questions. We're here. Bye.